Good day, everybody. I hope you're all in good spirits and having a good time. Hope you enjoy this video. This one's about ammonia. A little bit different than my other ones. Not sitting in front of a fish tank. I am sitting in front of my computer. First thing I want to say is on ammonia is if you are in freshwater and you're getting ready to start your career in saltwater tanks and you want to save a little bit of money, you've already got that API master test kit for freshwater. Well, it will work in saltwater. The only thing you'll need to do is get the saltwater master test kit card or download the saltwater master test kit card online. You can get a lot of them at pet stores, but online's a lot easier. Just make sure you've got a really good printer. Save yourself about 40 bucks or so. All right, so getting on to what's caused this topic to come up. I've had a few people say that they're concerned that I have got the two clownfish in with my reef while I'm doing the cycling. I've been keeping fish in aquariums for quite a long time, and I've done them all the same way. I've cycled with fish in it, and the reason is I'm pretty confident at what I'm doing. I know with freshwater, all I got to do is take a sponge filter, put it in the new tank, and boom, cycle. You can look online and see a lot of guys telling you exactly how to do that, and that's basically what you're doing. You're taking something with all the beneficial bacteria already in it, and you're transferring it from an established tank to a new tank. That's why a lot of guys have 2 or 3 sponge filters hiding in their tanks so that they can get new tanks going. In this case with the saltwater, well, I can't take my freshwater and put it into my saltwater. It just doesn't work that way. I would ruin a perfectly good sponge, not going there. But what I did is basically the same thing. I ordered in Arag-alive sand. That has your beneficial bacteria already in it. So you basically are doing the same process as a sponge, only you're doing it with sand. I also went ahead and put in Dr. Tim's beneficial bacteria, 160 milliliters of it. Yes, I know on the instructions it says 1 capful for, I think it's 10 gallons, so I'd have put 2 capfuls for my 15, which is basically 10 milliliters. Well, you can't overdose beneficial bacteria, and to get the cycle even going better, I just dropped the whole bottle in there. The other thing I'm doing is every day I'm dosing 12 milliliters of C Chem Stability, which is beneficial bacteria. So I'm keeping it going and making sure the whole tank has it. You can't overdose beneficial bacteria. You just really can't. Anyway, what is this, 4.5, almost week 5 into my tank, I was expecting to see that ammonia spike occur, and it did today. I got a test reading of 0.025 parts per million, which that's not bad. Now, the test kit tests for NH3, NH4. I don't know why it does them both, and I don't know why it makes basically an average of and comes out with whatever your number is going to be. NH3 is the hazardous / dangerous free ammonia for your fish tank. You never want that to get above 0.19. Fish can tolerate it above that a little bit, but you really don't. I mean, zero's ideal, let's face it. But anyway, I saw that 0.25, said, okay. I also know there are calculators that tell me exactly how much NH3 is in my water. They've been around for years and years. I'll leave descriptions to these 2 links. I've got 2 of them here. I always use repetition in whatever I'm doing with my tanks because just safety. Whether it be 2 heaters, 2 pumps, multiple lights, whatever it is, backup surge bars, you get the drift. So we'll go to the first one. I've already put in the numbers for my tank. Okay, your total ammonia, this is NH3, NH4, was 0.25 parts per million. You can also do milligrams per liter. My salinity, I used a refractometer, 1.024 specific gravity. You can also do parts per thousands or conductivity if you know how to do it right. pH is 8.2. My temperature this morning was 74.2, and that's because my lights and everything else are off. It was cool last night, and the house temperature was down to about 69, so all things factored in. You hit your calculate button, and it comes out with your NH3, NH4 is 0.25. Imagine that. But my NH3, which is the important thing, 0.0159. Okay, I know that's below 0.20, which starts getting into that, hey, we might want to think about doing some preventative. If it was in a tank that's been well established, let me clarify that. In an established tank, if I see that kind of ammonia, I'm going to take a preventative measure of doing a water change. This one is going through the cycling. I'm not going to take that preventative measure. It needs to be there right now to get all the beneficial bacteria thriving and growing and living. So the next thing we do is we go over to this calculator. The guys that have those beautiful koi ponds and buy and sell those very, very expensive koi came out with this one quite a while back as well. It's awesome. This tells the layperson everything they need to know so you don't have to remember it in your head. For me this morning, 74 degrees, 8.2 pH. Okay, and I am definitely below 0.019. You come down here, it says 0 is ideal. Values up to 19 might be tolerated for extended periods of time. So I'm perfectly safe. If you really want to go down, you can look at 0.020 to 0.49 may be tolerated. For long periods of time, they say it will cause harm. I don't know what that means. I probably would have worded it, but may cause harm for long-term exposure. That may just be a wording thing. But anyway, you could see that my fish are definitely within the safe realm. My tank's within the safe realm. Constant dosing of the stability, this Dr. Tim's and the Arag-alive sand. My nitrogen cycle is going through its course. Some of you might be saying, well, what was my nitrite level at? 0. Nitrate was 0.20, I think, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it was just, it was not even really registering. So everything's working out great. The fish are perfectly safe. Again, I know what I'm doing. Done this many times. I'm keeping an eye on it at this point more so than before. You remember I said I wasn't really testing earlier. Now I'm going to start testing because I know this is the time period to start testing. I'll test it again this weekend and then next week, and I will almost be willing to bet that I have no ammonia in there. The reason why I know I won't have any ammonia is right now I was actually expecting probably to see a 1.0 part per million on my tests, and it's not even there. That would have been my high. I knew this far in I was going to start seeing an ammonia spike. I got what I wanted today. It's exciting to see this happen. Just like how excited I was with the algae showing up, just as excited to see ammonia because I know my cycle's going. This is the natural cycle. This is nature. Really, to use Jeff, nature will find a way. Well, nature's taking her course. She's doing what she will do. This is exciting stuff. This is good stuff. This is what you want to see. Cleanup crew's coming in today. I'll do a video on them as well. Probably post it in a couple days because I will quarantine them for a couple days. Even though it's just shrimp, a starfish, and some snails, I'm still going to do a quarantine. Still going to make sure they're safe. This is when, my clowns were the first things in there and they've been in there for quite a while and they're safe. Now I'm going to make sure that these are. Basically, they don't need that long, probably 2 days. I'll probably put them in the main tank on Saturday, maybe Sunday. But that's where I'm at. Things are going good and can't be happier. We'll do the cleanup crew when I get them today. Y'all have a great day and just be blessed with what we got. Great fish tanks.